Hello and welcome to WRFL Weekend Preview. Andrew Wilson here along with Peppe Cavalieri. Welcome, Peppe.
Hello, Willow.
Let's start round 6. TIV Division 1 Altona coming off their first loss of the season. Take on the winless Sunshine.
Yeah, well, I suppose no shame in losing to Werribee Districts for Altona last week. They've a very good team early on this season so far. So I think the Vikings will be too good for Sunshine, who's still searching for their first win of the season. Lost to Spotswood last week.
Yeah, I'm going to go the Vikings as well. Hoppers Crossing take on Yarraville Seddon.
Yeah, Hoppers Crossing I think will win this one against the Eagles, although the Eagles have been very good. They had an impressive win last week against Point Cook in the end by 42 points. So it might be a bit of a danger game for Hoppers if they're not 100% on their game.
I'm going to go with the Warriors at home. Point Cook take on St Albans.
Yeah, look, I think the Dogs will be really hoping to bounce back this week. I'm not quite sure they'll be able to get the win, Willow. I think St Albans will be a bit too strong, especially they'll be hurting a bit, I think, having given up a three-quarter time lead against Deer Park last week to lose. So I think the Saints, but could be a good game too. Yeah,
Saints for me as well. Spotswood take on Caroline Spring. The Woodsmen got their first win of the season last week, but they take on a pretty good Caroline Springs outfit.
Yeah, they do. And Spotswood need to keep winning, Willow, because at 1-4, and we spoke about this last week, we've kind of spoken about it every week so far, that they started off, they've had a really tough draw, played Werribee Districts, Deer Park, Hoppers Crossing, and Altona, and lost all of them. And generally speaking, you'd expect to win at least 50% of those games against those top opposition. So they pretty much have to be perfect from here on in for the rest of the season, and that includes winning tomorrow. I think they will, but if they don't, they're in big trouble, Spotswood.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Woodsmen at home. Yeah, I just think that maybe they can found some confidence last week. The final game of TIV Division 1 is probably the match of the round in Division 1 is the Tigers hosting Deer Park.
Yeah, it's going to be a cracker, Willow. Probably the match of the day in Division 1, I'd say. Werribee Districts have got my tip. They were very good last week. But certainly the Lions are no slouch. They're a good side as well. They always are. Been in some pretty tight encounters this year so far, Deer Park. So I don't think it'll be a blowout in either direction, but I think the Tigers might just edge them. Yeah,
Tigers for me at home. All right, Prestige Group Real Estate Division 2, Albion taking on Point Cook Centrals.
Yeah, well, Albion last week, it must be said, 39-point loss to Parkside, but that's not too bad given how they've been going so far. So I think they'll get some confidence from that, especially because they got outscored 6-2 in the second half. So they were in the game in the first half, I think. And Point Cook Centrals aren't going that flash yet so far, Willow. So I might just be on the Cats this week.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Cats as well at home. Glenorchy take on Wyndham Vale. Big clash this, third versus second. This is going to be a huge game.
Yeah, well, I think this is match of the day in Division 2. Willow be a really good game, third versus second. The Hawks had a really strong second half to overrun Newport, 43-point winners last week. And obviously Wyndham Vale too strong for West Footscray. So I'm just going with Glenorchy, but it's basically toss of the coin and probably home ground advantage gets me over the line. Yeah,
that's my tip as well. I'm going to go the Hawks at home. Newport take on Parkside. This is our match of the day on 88.9 Win FM, so tune in from 1:30 for all the action. This is also a pretty big game now.
It is. Well, especially for West Footscray. They haven't won a game.
Newport.
Oh, sorry, I've gone too far ahead on my list.
Newport Parkside.
Newport Parkside. This is a very good big game. It's a big game for Newport because they won their first 3, but they've dropped their last 2. So it's an important game for them. But they've been playing well still. Newport, they'll be confident, but Parkside are in pretty good touch so far, Willow. I think they'll win.
Yeah, Parkside for me as well. Final game of Prestige Group Real Estate is North Footscray taking on West Footscray. Peppe.
All right, so now it's the Footscray derby. I don't know if we refer to it as that, but there should be a bit of a crowd there, I would imagine, these two rivals. I think North Footscray will win. I think if they want to think of themselves as a finals aspirant, Willow, they should be winning this game.
Yeah, I agree. I think North Footscray will win that one. Round 5 in Alan Mance Motors, Division 3, Bravebrook taking on Leviton.
Yeah, look, I think Bravebrook have been pretty good so far this year, Willow. Very good win last week against Tarneet, who have been struggling a little bit. But yet to win back-to-back games, Bravebrook, so a challenge here for them. Leviton, oh so close last week. 1 point loss to North Sunshine. So we'll talk a little bit about that later. But yeah, I think Bravebrook will win this week.
I think Bravebrook will win that one comfortably. Sunshine Heights take on Wyndham Suns. Wyndham Suns on top of the ladder, coming off the bye.
Yeah, so they should be fresh, the Suns. They've had a good start, 3-0, haven't lost yet. Sunny Heights will be a bit disappointed. 63-point loss to Auburn last week. I think we expected them perhaps to put in a bit of a better showing than that last week, so they'll be hungry to put in a good display this week. I just think the Suns, fresh, coming off the bye, might be a bit too good. They've been good so far this season.
Yeah, I think the Suns will take that one home, and Tarneet take on Auburn.
Yeah, I think a few weeks ago you look ahead to this fixture and think, what a beauty. I think these two teams really good a couple of years ago. Obviously, Auburn they not the premiers. Runners up is the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Willow. I think they'll be too good for Tarneet, who've been disappointed with the start to the season, especially with their loss last week to Bravebrook.
Yeah, I think the Cobras will win that one. And North Sunshine have the bye. We have to give them a shout out.
We do.
It was over 1,080 days since they last had a win, so it was a fantastic performance by them to beat Leviton by 1 point.
Yeah.
All right, this has been the WRFL Weekend Preview. Good luck to your team this weekend.